It is a sunny and toasty Memorial Day weekend here in downtown St. Pete. Tonight, the only unbeaten side in USL Championship, the Tampa Bay Rowdies, host the Swope Rangers. And we welcome you inside the booth. Great to have you with us, Drew Felios, alongside Ryan Davis. We never would have expected this. Match number 12 in this USL Championship season. The Rowdies still unbeaten, the only side in the league that has done just that. Ryan, it has been quite a run so far.
It's been a massive turnaround for this Tampa Bay team. They have taken on the personality of their coach, Neil Collins, and are built from the bottom up, allowing only 4 goals all season long, which is the best in the USL. But the question is, can they handle it without their best defender in Pape Diakite?
That is the big question. We'll address that a little bit later with Heather Donnelly. Swope Park, meanwhile, aside, you certainly cannot underestimate. They have 1 win on the season, but Felipe Hernandez is certainly one to watch if you are the Rowdies trying to mark him.
Felipe Hernandez is a tricky customer. He's slippery. He comes through the midfield corridors and make the most of the service coming in from the wings. He leads this team in goals scored with 4 and also has 2 assists under his belt. He's the one player the Rowdies have to keep a track on all game long.
And for Tampa Bay, Kwadwo Poku, what an impact he had last week against New York Red Bulls too.
Well, the beast from the East has a work on. Kwadwo Poku has only played 2 games long all season. Now he's given a chance by Neil Collins, got a man of the match performance last week, and now Coach Collins has a decision to make and play Poku once again.
12 matches, including that Open Cup match for Tampa Bay, without a loss. Can the run continue here tonight? It's Tampa Bay hosting Swope Park. The kickoff next from Al Lang Stadium.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to 35 miles of white sand bliss. But it's more than emerald surf and Gulf breezes. The beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of life, nature, art, music, or whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics right here in St. Pete Clearwater. Love the beach.
At Morgan Auto Group, we have one goal: being the one dealer you turn to for all of your automotive needs. We have over 30 dealerships and more than 20 brands, and thousands of vehicles to choose from at prices that won't have your budget in the box, with guarantees that give you more than just peace of mind. Nice hockey reference. Just putting the biscuit in the basket, Tyler. Nobody says that right. Agree to disagree? Because when you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
This is my kind of happy hour.
My kind of joyride.
My kind of nightlife.
Whether you're just finding your stride or making the golden years look good, Florida Blue goes beyond health insurance, investing in the health and communities of all Floridians, so you can feel good saying, "That's my kind of blue."
This is my kind of blue.
This is my kind of blue.
Just about set to go from Al Lang Stadium. Tampa Bay Rowdies and Swope Park Rangers coming at you on ESPN+. Time now for tonight's formations, brought to you by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Let's start from the back. Adrian Zendejas in goal tonight for Swope Park. Zegbers, former New England Revolution star, and Sean Karani up top, only 18 years old. He'll wear number 80. And for the Rowdies, Morad will slide into Diakite's spot tonight. Jordan Doherty, the midfielder, gets the start. He's only 18 years old. And Mohamed Kone will have an opportunity also here tonight to shine. And before we start the match, let's send it to the third member of our crew. What's up, Heather Donnelly?
Hey, Drew. Tonight, the Rowdies will be without 2 players who, up until this point, have played in every single league match so far this season. Last week against New York, Dom Oduro was shown a red card in the second half, and then a little bit later in stoppage time, Pape Diakite received a yellow card that was later upgraded to a red card by the Independent Disciplinary Committee. Those are some big shoes to fill, but the good news for Tampa Bay is that Jordan Doherty and Mohamed Kone both got in some really good confidence-building minutes in last week's U.S. Open Cup game versus the Villages. That was a 4-1 win, and Mohamed Kone even scored a goal there. So they both should be able to slide seamlessly into those roles, guys.
All right, good stuff, Heather. Neil Collins in his 2nd season for the Tampa Bay Rowdies, probably the coach of the year so far in USL Championship. Meanwhile, Paolo Nagamura, great coach back in his day as well, only 36 years old, a 12-year MLS career he had. Won 2 titles, won 3 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cups as well. Seba Quinsati leading the Rowdies tonight, once again wearing the captain's armband. Leading score for Tampa Bay, 5 goals. A little bit quiet as of late. He's one who could certainly shine. And Kwadwo Poku, the guy you talked about in the open, Ryan, was outstanding last week. He has got that talent that can take over matches at any time. We are underway from Tampa Bay, Swope Park. And the Tampa Bay Rowdies coming at you from downtown St. Pete.
We have the high possession Swope Park Rangers in town tonight against this Rowdies team. They have a 56% possession rate per game. This young Swope Park team, led by their coach, the Brazilian Nakamura, are going to try to impose their will and play their style of soccer here in Al Lang Stadium.
Saw Thomas Snyder, our head referee tonight. There's the injury report. Siaj, Ekra, and Barry sideline for Tampa Bay. And meanwhile, Alak, Benitez, and Thompson, a no-go for Swope Park. Zendejas comes out as Tampa Bay moves from right to left here to start, and Ryan, our keys to the match.
Well, the Rowdies have everything to lose tonight, playing against the number 17th Swope Rangers, so they cannot underestimate their opponents. They have a patch of form coming in tonight, so the Rowdies have to be aware. And the Swope Rangers have to fight fatigue. This is their 3rd game for the week in 7 days, and they have to come to Al Lang Stadium and play against the number 1 team in the East, in the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Swope Park coming off a 2-2 draw against Memphis. And that was only a few days ago, so Rowdies should have the fresh legs here tonight. Leo Fernandez approaching, and he gets inside the box, tries to cross one in. And Swope Park in place here in these opening minutes is Felipe Hernandez. Takes care of it for the visitors.
Well, the promising number 43, Mark Segbers, the right back, is going to have his hands full tonight with Leo Fernandez on that left-hand side.
Rowdies will throw it in with Fernandez. And now Quinsati. Those two have just made an awesome tandem so far here in 2019. Poku will clear it, and the Rowdies will now set up to attack with Jordan Doherty.
Well, Kone filling some big shoes tonight with Diakite being out. He's going to have to possess the ball a lot in these positions and pick his spots as he tries to find Fernandez across the field.
Nice touch by Quinsati. Fernandez a little slow to get to it, and William Little will collect for Swope Park.
William Little is one of the 2 wingers that the Rangers bring to Al Lang tonight. They're exciting, they're electric. And on the opposite end is Sean Karani, who's on the left wing tonight for the Rangers. And the Rowdies are going to have to stay in front of these 2 young, speedy players.
First touch for Juan Tejada as the ball rolls out, and Select, the official ball supplier of USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world since 1947. Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, go to selectsportamerica.com. That is selectsportamerica.com.
There's Mohamed Kone again, sitting at the heart of the defense.
Give it away now, the Rangers getting numbers forward. Swope Park, first real opportunity from the visitors here tonight. Trying to take it in close, and that one will be touched out. McCarthy will take care of it on the goal kick. Mohamed Kone certainly going to be tested.
He is. A heavy touch there by Karani, the winger, losing possession. But we saw the interception by the young Brazilian left back, Alexander. He was going to overlap all night and has that same identity as the Brazilian left backs in the past. Roberto Carlos, Branco, and the long list of famous Brazilian left backs. Alexander is good on one-on-one defensive situations and is just fantastic in service of that left back position. With 3 assists already for the year, he's going to be a handful for the Rowdies.
This is Segbers. Just knifed right through that midfield. And now the Rowdies trying with a quick counter. Tejada gets in place. Tampa Bay will move methodically. Shifting from right to left now. Richards gets it right back. Great job from Fernandez, but Caleb fell down that time as he got set to cross one in. This is Wilson Harris now. 1 goal on the season. Swope Park attacking again, and the Rowdies scrambling to get back in position. You can see and just feel how this Rowdies back line is different without Diakite manning the back.
Yeah, it's 6s and 7s at the back right now. They can't seem to find their marks.
Little's pass doesn't make it through. Andrew Tenari clears it for the Rowdies, and Swope Park doing a good job being the aggressor here in this first 6 minutes.
There's so many talented players this Swope Rangers team has. Nagamura, the Brazilian, is going to play attacking soccer no matter what. And these youngsters are fearless. And they're in here to try to impose their will.
Meanwhile, is there a weakness on this Swope Park side? Because they have surrendered quite a few goals, especially early in the season.
Well, with the mixing and matching at the centre-back position, their centre-backs tonight are 17 and 18 years old respectively. They have given up a massive 27 goals in 9 matches thus far. That is 3 goals per game, as compared to the Rowdies, who have given up 4 goals all season long. So the Rangers, their Achilles heel is definitely at the defensive end. So as much as they like to push forward, protecting the goal is a problem for them.
Tampa Bay Rowdies with the best goal differential in USL Championship. 17 scored, only 4 allowed. Tejada has it taken away cleanly.
Excellent tackle there. Tejada had his man beat. He came back fantastic and just stuck a foot in, dispossessing him. But we look at this defensively, we see this Swope Park Rangers just staying firm in their own half, and that half line seems to be the magic number where they close in on the ball.
Here comes Tejada now, the little header gets it back to Tenari. Andrew Tenari shifting right. Rowdies will cross one in with Najum. Ball at the doorstep and knocked down by Zendejas. Adrian Zendejas on the ground to make a great save.
What a save by Zendejas. He has a high goal average so far this season. It's Tenari with the through ball, the cross by Najum, and Seba Guenzati on the end of it. What a great save by the keeper. Tampa Bay finding inroads early, but the number 1 has come up trumps.
Just underway here on ESPN Plus. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, and Heather Donnelly. USL Championship Soccer, first place Tampa Bay Rowdies, and first in the power rankings as well, hosting the Swope Park Rangers. Swope Park has never been to Al-Link Stadium. In fact, these two sides have never played each other in USL play, so definitely a first tonight. See how both sides are able to handle it. Oh, nicely won back by Tampa Bay. And the Rowdies now attacking, sliding one through. Turning is Leo Fernandez, he shoots. Ball deflected. Fernandez gets it right back. And tackled inside the box, contact clearly, and we play on. Wow.
Well, it all started by the dispossession in midfield. By the excellent defensive play in the midfield by the Rowdies. The opening for Leo Fernandez, and excellent defending by the number 43, Mark Segbers. And Cave Rad, the centre-back, closing down the Brazilian quickly. But it just shows this Rowdies team can turn defense into attack in the snap of a finger, as we get a good shot at the Brazilian, number 11. And a bit of a missed throw by Mohamed Kone.
Now the Rangers turning and shooting. McCarthy can't get to it as it skates just past the goal. That was very, very close, about a foot wide.
Well, this was the big number 96, Wilson Harris, turning on the play. And it was a rocket of a shot with his weaker foot, the right foot. And almost catching John McCarthy on his line. Here it is again, the big number 96, McCarthy, swinging through, got all his laces on that one, and it clips the post. Well, inside the first 9 minutes, we have the Rowdies on one end and the Rangers on the other.
A very exciting match here so far. Fans follow the Rowdies and the rest of USL Championship all season long on ESPN+. Home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and much more. Over 2 million sports fans have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the USL Championship every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com.
Drew, just want to touch again on the Swope Park Rangers tonight.
Oh, another careless giveaway for the Rowdies. Morad is going to have to hustle back. Ball passed right in the middle of the box and contact there. And once again, the officials letting them play here early in this first 11 minutes.
Well, Mohamed Kone saving his own blushes. He gave the ball away to Karani. Karani inside to Wilson Harris, and there was Kone again.
Oh,
swinging the big foot. And it went out for a throw. But this Rangers team are knocking on the door.
Gotcha. And a whistle, as you saw, Poku coming over.
So we touched on earlier at the beginning of the game about not underestimating their opponent. Rowdies coming off a first against second place matchup last weekend, beating the Red Bulls here in Al Lang. Now they come up against Swope Park, who are at 17th position, and the Rowdies have everything to lose tonight. So, and this Rangers team have everything to gain. So a tricky spot here for the home team.
Swope Park certainly showing no signs of wear thus far. In a game in the middle of the week against Memphis, and now William Little will turn for the Rangers. You know, just as important too is defending the back like Diakite usually does. Ball security. We've seen some careless giveaways here early off careless passes.
Papi Diakite, we always talk about his defensive play, but his distribution and ball handling at the back sets the tone for this Rowdies team. So when players come in high pressure situations and try to mimic what Diakite does, it's a thankless job.
Well, if you're just joining us, that's what the Rowdies are playing without tonight. Dominic Aduro and Pape Diakite. In other words, in a lot of ways, the heart and soul of this Rowdy side. Right in the spine of the defense, it's Pape Diakite 1, and then 1A is Dominic Aduro, the little engine. So without those two guys, you're asking a lot of Jordan Doherty, the young Irishman, and of course Kwaru Poku, who's now starting his second game tonight. Sorry, third game rather. Dom Aduro was issued a red card last week after an official got another look of what was a nasty tackle. Diakite, meanwhile, was issued a retroactive red card by the independent discipline panel. It's the first time we have ever seen something like that, right? At least in the time that we have been calling matches. Certainly is a blow to the Rowdies here tonight as Guinzati tries to get to it. Zendejas will beat him there and pick it up.
Yeah, it's one of those instances where the review committee goes over the game, especially after the Dominic Aduro incident, and they caught Pape Diakite doing something he should not, or seeing that the referee maybe allowed something to get away, and so the committee stepped in and turned that yellow card into a red card. As we look at the young Brazilian Alexander, 20 years old. Going back to Diakite and Aduro, over 1,800 combined minutes they've played so far this season. It is almost impossible to find a cover for that.
Feet a little heavy here early for Tampa Bay. Swope Park with a really nice tradition they have been able to put together. Got to the USL Cup final back in 2017. Then last season, Western Conference semifinals before bowing out to the great Phoenix Rising side, and had to go through a little bit of rebuilding here this season. Only one win on the year, but they are playing much better here as we approach the middle part of 2019.
In their 4 years of existence, this is the youngest team the Swope Park Rangers have to put out. And it's a bit of a learning curve for these youngsters. They're starting to figure things out. 2 draws in the last 2 games. What a big test tonight against the league-leading Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Andrew Tenari right in the heart once again of the Rowdies attack. Ball will be sent out and Kone will throw it in on the far side. David Najim, very quietly a factor for Tampa Bay.
So it is a 3-5-2 the Rowdies are playing, and the Rangers are playing a 4-3-3, which means the young wingers of Sean Karani, number 88, and number 49, Will Little, have to track all the way back and pick up Leo Fernandez and David Najim. Those 2 youngsters are going to have to cover a lot of ground. Not forgetting that Caleb Richards likes to maraud forward, I should say, when given the opportunity. So the St. Pete sunshine is certainly going to take its toll in the second half for these players.
Oh, how is that not a foul? You saw Guenzati had his back climb that time. Official standing right there and did not make a call.
Yeah, it seems like the referee is swallowing his whistle tonight.
Let's take one more look at this one. Guenzati is like a stepping stool, like a ladder here.
Yeah, it seems like Kaveh Rad just rode his back. Oh, good play by Kone, but now dispossessed. And he gets it back.
Najim trying to play forward.
So he's
physical once again with Najim here in the 17th minute.
So we see both teams with their hustle in the midfield, willing to close down on the ball quickly as possible, but having a hard time maintaining possession. As coach Neil Collins shows off his basketball handling skills.
Poku has it taken away. William Little trying to stay with him as Richards. Caleb Richards picks his pocket that time.
Excellent bit of defending by Caleb Richards, taking his time, not lunging into the tackle, letting the attacker make the first move. Won the battle of the one-on-ones with Will Little.
Chasing, Guenzati now doing the same. You see several academy stars for Swope Park on the pitch tonight. Abdelnadi is one of them, number 60. Just handled that one. Also Jacob Davis off the bench as well. Very young, very talented. This Swope Park side is. They knew that this season would be a little bit more of a rebuilding job. It has been just that. But you see the potential, obviously, when you sit back and watch them work.
Yeah, these young players are going to look to their coach, Coach Paulo Nagamura, and they're going to take on what he does and what he did as a player, which is possess the ball, be creative in midfield, be fearless on the ball. This Swope Park Rangers team, although they're 17th in the table, are an exciting brand to watch.
th minute, scoreless here in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay and Swope Park have had a few good chances, not much though offensively.
Well, we just saw Kwadu Poku just go out and get a hold of the ball. He's going to have to do a lot of that tonight to sort of settle this Rowdies team. And It looks like the Swope Park Rangers are going to pressure Mohamed Kone every time he gets the ball. So Kone has to settle down as quickly as he can.
Looking at the way that Swope Park, though, is organized from our view up here, they're doing a tremendous job of recognizing that threat in the midfield. And Kwadwo Poku.
Yeah, they're allowing the Rowdies to hold the ball in their own half, but as soon as it crosses the half line, they're on top of the green and yellow shirts in a flash, not allowing Poku to get a hold of the ball, nor Tanari.
Oh, ball given away. Rowdies with an opportunity now. Andrew Tanari has the ball tipped away. Great recovery by Swope Park that time.
Well, it was a long ball over the top, and Tanari was onto it, but his touch was heavy. Not allowed the centre-back to come and clean up. That was a good chance for the home team. It was, again, the flick on by Guenzati. Tanari's touch is long. A lunging tackle by the Brazilian Alexander.
Alexander Andrade, 1 goal on the season for Swope Park. Made a great defensive play. Right there, best of the game for the Rangers. Rowdies attacking once more. That is Mohamed Abu Nadi. Rowdies keeping possession. Poku could not collect. Distribution not nearly as crisp for the Rowdies like it was last week against New York Red Bulls 2. Just as I say that, Poku gets it back. Here he comes. Look out. Nice pass to Fernandez. Leo Fernandez. Oh, off the post and out of bounds. Fernandez nearly had his 2nd goal of the season.
Well, it all started in the middle with Kwadwo Poku just beating his man, absorbing the defense, laying it off to the Brazilian Leo Fernandez. And the Brazilian's curve was always going to push wide, hits the post, goes back across the line. What a play by the Brazilian. As he goes across to take a corner with Tanari.
So corner kick for Tampa Bay. Punched out momentarily. Rowdies play it with Richards.
Great strong punch by Zandejas, taking the pressure off of his team.
See that wind as it continues to blow from the near to the far side. Tanari tries to flick it back to Fernandez. That wind, bit of a factor, especially on corner kicks, when the Rowdies are setting it in from that near side.
Well, I tell you what, the only people not appreciating that win is the person taking the corner kick. Everybody else in this stadium is loving that wind off of the bay.
90 degrees here tonight in downtown St. Pete. Tejada taken down. And that is very close to what could be a yellow.
Kwadwo Poku pleading his case as number 60. Mohamed Abu Nadi just takes out Tejada. No attempt to go for the ball. It looks like the youngster has got away with one there. He's getting a stern warning, officially his last chance. But when the centre-back pushes so high up, he could get exposed. And was not allowing the young Tejada to get past him.
So Tanari will put it in motion. Poku to Najum. David Najum on the ground, in the box. Once again, Tejada very tightly marked. We'll check in now with Heather.
Yeah, you guys talk about the wind. Down here at field level, I can say this is the windiest game we've had by far so far this season here in Al Lang Stadium. It's very breezy. If you look at the flags out behind the video board, they're blowing. They're very stiff out there. But like you said, the breeze is nice in terms of the temperature. Prior to kickoff, it was just absolutely brutal. But now that the sun is setting and that wind is really blowing, it does feel a little bit better out there. So the conditions will be a little less tough for the players now that the temperature is starting to drop here in warm St. Petersburg. Drew?
All right, Heather. Yeah, Memorial Day weekend, of course, we honor our fallen heroes. We also welcome in the start of summertime. And that's usually how The next few months are going to be here in the Bay Area. Possession, 64%. Does not seem like the Rowdies have possessed it for that amount of time.
Well, the possession has not been tidy on both sides. So it's a bit of a untidy sort of first 25 minutes as Andrew Tenari is going to make his presence felt. Maybe a bit of a payback for his that first Wanta-Hada tackle as Camden Riley, the holding midfielder.
So Camden Riley going down. This young man, the second-round pick for Sporting KC a few months back, and Tenari clearly was trying to send a message.
Yeah, trying to set the tone in that middle of the park. Camden Riley was the victim in that account.
Tejada now comes up, and you see he is really starting to play with a bit of fire.
You know, sometimes a tackle can wake you up, like what Wanta-Hada received a little while ago. Could snap you right back into form, if you will.
Now it's Poku. Oh, now that you see that distribution, as the Rowdies switched the point of attack to Fernandez, tried to get the service in, and Guensati was streaking straight towards the goal, ball just a little bit in front.
So many times wingers have to dribble past their defender to cross the ball. Not this man. Leo Fernandez can just bend the ball around the wing back and get it into that dangerous position. Such a weapon on that left-hand side for this Rowdies team.
Adrian Zendejas, the goalkeeper tonight for Swope Park. Hilltop High School, hails from Chula Vista, California. Played a few seasons for Club Tijuana in Mexico before being discovered by these Rangers.
Club Tijuana just does not sound like a soccer club at all, does it? It sounds like an umbrella drink on a beach.
Sounds like a great time, doesn't
it? It does.
Well, tune in to ESPN News Wednesday, June 5th at 8 p.m. for Wednesday Night Soccer when OKC Energy travels to Albuquerque to face current Western Conference leader New Mexico United. It's the week's best match on Wednesday Night Soccer, June 5th, 8 p.m. on ESPN News. Minute, still looking for our first goal. Best chance from Leo Fernandez on a ball that went off the post. Trying to hit that far post and just could not get it inside and into the goal.
You know, just talking about the possession factor, interesting to look at this Rangers team. They're so used to having their own possession. But winning against the #1 team in the East is a different story.
Now the Rowdies with some real estate. Tenari, looking for Tejada and wanted to come back that time. But this match is getting more and more physical here as we go along.
Well, both teams fighting for possession as Kone with a goal-saving tackle. And there's Najim. There's Tejada, the lunging tackle by Abdul Nahari. And then Camden Riley taking one from Tenari. As the battle continues in Ireland.
Now it's Tenari. Andrew Tenari's been outstanding for the Rowdies this season. A great pickup from New York Red Bulls too. And once again, player's going to take it right on the shin as Najim goes down with a grimace. Just get the feel that Thomas Snyder, our head official, is going to have his hands full here tonight.
Yeah, he's been reluctant in showing any cards thus far. But eventually, if these tackles continue, he's not going to have any choice. This angle favors the left footer. Leo Fernandez is holding that ball and not even listening to Andrew Tenari right now.
So Leo Fernandez, the Brazilian, will put this one in motion. A goal, 4 assists for the Rowdies this year.
This is one of those instances where you try to just chip it right towards the keeper and you try to get a player just to nod it on or flick it on past the keeper and into the net.
Zendejas on guard for Swope Park. See Jordan Doherty at the top of the box for Tampa Bay. On Tejada also. Mohamed Kone trying to get position as well. That wind continues to whistle. Ball sent in, and out comes Zendejas off his line to make the play.
Well, just a little bit too high, a little too much float, as they would say. And that gave Zendejas enough time to pluck that one out of the air.
Rowdies win so far over Nashville, Memphis, Pittsburgh, Hartford, Atlanta, and New York Red Bulls too. Trying to add Swope Park to that list of victims tonight. And Neil Collins, what a job he has done. We talked about how the Rowdies have taken over his personality. Of course, had that great career, Sheffield United, then here with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And retirement came a little sooner than he expected, but he's embraced the role of head coach. Has just done a magnificent job forming this club here this season as the Rowdies attack here in the 31st minute.
Being a centre-back all his career, I'm sure Coach Collins is going to have some words to say to his centre-backs at halftime after that nervy opening 15 minutes.
Tenari turning, Hernandez staying with him. Leo Fernandez trying to win the ball back for Tampa Bay, and the Rowdies will throw this one in. Pressed up against the end line that time. Ball back to the Rangers.
Mark Segbers, number 43, overlapping right back. Such a danger. Gives this side many options in attack when they push forward. And now the other overlapping left back, Alexander, the Brazilian, being taken out by Tejada. The instructions are clear on this team. The wing backs must overlap and create options. Comes a bit of a press by the Rowdies. Alexander all the way back now. No matter what league you play in, no matter what standard of soccer you play, nobody likes pressure. And the Rowdies showing there what can happen when you apply it.
Back to Doherty now. Caleb Richards with it for the Rowdies. Doherty, here comes that pressure. Swope Park cannot win it back. Mohamed Kone, though, looked a little bit uneasy in that distribution. Can't reel it in for the Rowdies.
And it also becomes contagious at the centre-back. When you create the flow back there, your timing, your passing, it sort of picks up a sort of a rhythm. And now there is no rhythm right now for this Rowdies team. So in the next 15 minutes or so, they're going to have to try to slow things down, channel things through Poku and Tenari, and let them steady the ship.
Mohamed Kone did have a goal against the Villages in the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup match here at Al Lang a few weeks back. Ball won now by Hernandez. This guy is the engine for the Rangers. Swope Park attacking once more. Rowdies in retreat. Kone trying to stay on ball. Taps it away. It'll be the first corner kick of the night for Swope Park. Well, now there will be a goal kick.
Great defending by Kone, standing his ground and allowing Wilson Harris to make the move again. Got a foot onto it, but he touched Harris last. As Kone has such big shoes to fill tonight. Without the wall, Pape Diakite.
About John McCarthy, 7 clean sheets he has had for the Rowdies.
Well, if you're stepping in at centre-back, if there's one keeper you want behind you, is John McCarthy. He's going to ease some nerves.
Najib, good job staying with it. Kone has his jersey nearly ripped off his back, still keeps possession. Now the Rowdies with Richards.
Another great example of modern soccer with the referees playing the advantage, allowing the game to flow, trying to avoid the stoppages.
Kone to Poku, back to Tejada. Tejada back to Poku. Rowdies distributing in very tight spaces at the moment. Oh, Tejada, nice look to Tenari. Fernandez open. Back to Guenzati. Leo Fernandez with it. Rowdies finding feet. Tenari with the blast. This one just to the left, and Dejas to the ground, trying to get a hand on it.
Well, beautiful ball movement by the Rowdies. Leo Fernandez lays it back to Tenari. Just pulls the trigger, and the bend just takes it away. Zandejas could breathe again. But lovely ball movement by the home team, starting on the right, going to the left, and then coming back middle where Tenari lives. And the number 15 has shown already this season he will pull the trigger from any angle.
Rowdies now starting to dominate possession with Juan Tejada. Tejada just waiting for his moment. Long cross here. Fernandez will track it down.
The more Juan Tejada plays, the more confidence he gets, the more we'll see him take players on like that. A good bit of skill by Kone. The more he gets on the ball as well, he's starting to get a little tidier, a little cleaner out of the back.
Guenzati, can he keep it across the touchline? And thought he did that time, but the official did say it went out of bounds. Sebastian trying to get a call here so far in this first half. This ball looked like it was tiptoeing.
That ball has eyes of its own. It hit the line, and the whole ball has to go over the line. If a piece of the ball is on the line, it's in play. So judging from that shot, looks like Guenzati had a case.
Tejada sizing things up. He plays so intelligently. This only his first season in USL Championship. Now the Rowdies starting to build that cohesion. Nice touch by Fernandez to Richards with the cross. Oh, Rowdies trying to get a foot on it. Tenari sliding. Could not do that. Kone, the last line of defense, keeps it in play for Tampa Bay.
Beautiful tackle by Kone.
He's flying in there with Sean Karani, the 18-year-old for Swope Park, who they have such high hopes for.
He is electric, Sean Karani, but he ran into a size 14 pair of cleats in Mohamed Kone. As the Rowdies look to build from the back again. Just looking at this Rangers team, this is not their MO, sitting back. How long can they withstand this style of play, defending, which has been their Achilles heel all season long?
Given away, Wilson Harris now for Swope Park.
Trying to play possum almost, sitting back and waiting for their moment.
Mark Segbers.
Great defender, pushing Fernandez back out to the wing. Well, Leo Fernandez was waiting for him. There's Wilson Harris. Fernandez back to Harris with the shot. A lovely sequence there by the visitors. But Wilson Harris trying a shot from an acute angle. And it's goal kick for the Rowdies.
John McCarthy, that signature helmet. It was really...
I wonder if he's ever going to get that helmet signed by Peter Cech. I mean, he has to, right? Yeah. Peter Cech made it infamous. You almost have to send one across via mail and have him sign it in England and have him send it back. Maybe Jordan Doherty's family could get a hold of it in Ireland and send it over to England.
It certainly has a very unique look to it. David Najim, meanwhile, miraculous return to action after missing a year. And what life he has provided Tampa Bay.
A careless free kick there by Poku.
Oncoming now is Felipe Hernandez. Poku in position. Asking for the hold. And we have a call. Poku with that death stare to our official, who it does not look like the players have gotten a feel for what Thomas Snyder is looking for so far tonight.
But Poku's absolutely puzzled by that call. He looked up to the referee, pleading for him to blow the whistle. The referee did, and blew it against Poku. So free kick here for the Swope Park Rangers team. Felipe Hernandez, Alexander standing over the ball. The righty with the in-swinger, the lefty for the out. Looks like the young Felipe Hernandez already has 2 assists this season, and Alexander with 3 assists.
It will be Felipe Hernandez. This ball straight out. Look out. William Little with the blast, and it's way up over the crossbar and into the seats.
Well, my high school soccer coach always told me you only raise your head when the ball hits the back of the net. And Will Little raised his head about 3 seconds before that. As a result, it seemed to have hit somebody in row 25.
Yeah, I believe that was Dan Lucas of WFLA Channel 8 in the stands, sending that ball back. Looks like credit Dan for not trying to take that ball and take off with it like I probably would have. That good stuff. Dan Lucas, our man.
Yes.
Yeah, he is a big Rowdies fan, Tampa native. Actually went to the same high school. Loves this franchise. Great to see him in the stands tonight. It's very seldom, too, when you come to a Rowdies match where that ball is in your lap, Ryan, but could certainly happen at any moment.
Yeah, if you're a Rays fan and you just make the small trip over here to Al Lange Stadium and the ball ends up on your lap, please give it back. Do not take it with you.
43rd minute. Bit of a quiet first half so far. Rowdies trying for their 7th victory of the season, 23 points. Top of the Eastern table. Once again, contact. Fernandez with another shot, that same spot. And this one sails wide of that far post. Let's check in on the pitch with Heather.
We've got some good stuff coming up for everyone at halftime here. I'll catch up with head coach Neil Collins right after the final whistle here after the first half, get his thoughts on the first 45 minutes of action. We'll also find out which Rowdies players would be in a boy band if there was a Rowdies boy band. We'll do the best of USL Week 11 and, of course, see our first half highlights and stats.
All right, look forward to it. Rowdies try to cross this one. The header's on. Oh, Zendejas leaping to take it away.
Well, lovely bit of variety on the corner kick. Playing it short to Leo Fernandez. He clips it in. And the header falls straight to Zendejas.
Poku now trying to chase it down with Richards. Rowdies trying to get it out of that corner. Do just that.
What a plus step for that ball to go to Leo Fernandez. So cool under pressure.
Seeing some great one-on-one battles so far here tonight. As colliding is Guenzati and Tejada that time.
Well, interesting call there. Juan Tejada seemed to be in an offside position. The captain, Seba Guenzati, seemed to be onside. But as Tejada came across and got on the ball, the flag went up. And the question about who should be in a boy band, my vote goes to the Uruguayan, Seba Guenzati. That hair, Drew, I mean, that is boy band hair right there.
Little Adam Levine.
Yeah, that's right.
Who was your favorite boy band? Was it New Kids on the Block or was it NSYNC?
I'd have to go NSYNC. Being from Orlando, Justin Timberlake resides in Orlando, so I have a bit of favoritism in that area.
Okay.
Yourself, Drew?
I kind of like Boys to Men. Not really a boy band, but
they're awesome.
those
They are a boy band, but they're fantastic. Motown Philly.
yeah. Well, can't wait to see what the Rowdies have to say. Again, Heather's piece coming up at halftime. Still scoreless. Tejada distributing.
Beautiful.
And here come the Rowdies again. Leo Fernandez with the shot. Oh, tipped away by Zendejas. Rebound looked like it had a chance with Tejada in position.
Well, what a build-up. I hope we get to see that on replay again. But the Swope Park live another day.
1 minute extra time here in this first half. 1 minute.
That Leo Fernandez strike was not a shot. It was a cross, a low-struck cross across the 6-yard box. Great save by Adrian Zendejas, because it's almost impossible to defend that when you're facing your own net, as Gwenzati and Tejada were crashing in. Great first half by the captain, Zendejas.
That real estate has really started to open up for Fernandez on that left flank. If it continues to do that, Rowdies are not going to finish this match with a goose egg on the board. I can guarantee you that. And that will do it for the first half of action. 0-0 is your score. Rowdies with some quality chances, but nothing just yet. Let's send it down to the pitch. Heather has got Coach Collins.
Coach, you're scoreless here at the half. Why do you think neither team was able to get on the board so far after 45 minutes?
Because we hit the post and their goalkeeper made 2 very good saves, and also they've had a couple of opportunities. Sometimes you score a goal and you don't create a lot, and tonight we've created a lot and not quite scored yet, but 45 minutes left, plenty of time. We're going to need to improve, but I'm sure we will.
You're playing without Pape Diakite and Damo Duro. How do you think Mohamed Kone and Jordan Doherty have slid into those positions so far?
Yeah, perfectly fine. Every game has been like total team effort. These lads have played in some of the games and not played in others. Again, it's about the whole squad, substitutes included, are all going to need to pick up the performance to win the game tonight.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, good stuff from Neil Collins. Rowdies heading to the locker room. Scoreless in Tampa Bay. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Halftime festivities coming up with Heather in just a moment.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to Clearwater Beach, the #1 beach in the U.S. as chosen by travelers on TripAdvisor. It's not just white sand and Gulf breezes. The beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics at visitstpclearwater.com. Love the beach.
For the Tampa Bay Times, I'd like to invite you to listen to my new daily podcast, Sports Day Tampa Bay. We'll talk Rays, Lightning, Bucks, and Bulls. I'll have special guests join me regularly for their takes and answer questions from listeners. Join the conversation on Twitter at SportsDayTB and use the hashtag SportsDayTampaBay. Whether you're in the kitchen, on the road, or at the gym, it's Tampa Bay Sports Talk on your schedule. Download it now on iTunes or go to tampabay.com/sports.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
Welcome back to USL Soccer here on ESPN+. The Rowdies and Swope Park Rangers scoreless after 45 minutes here at Al Lang Stadium. Now imagine there was a Rowdies boy band. Yes, a Rowdies boy band. Who do you think would be in it? Which Rowdies have that musical talent or those dance moves? Well, we asked the Rowdies to tell us which of their teammates they think would be great in a Rowdies boy band. Check it out.
In a boy band? This is tough.
Rowdies boy band.
It's like Zach. It could be a boy band member just because he's kind of like got the California boy band hair and stupid face.
I think that's definitely got to go to Zach Steinberger. He just fits the look, you know.
Zach Steinberger, he loves that stuff. Hops, definitely.
Zach and Antoine, what a boy band that is. Could go on tour with Justin Bieber.
Boy band. Leon would be a singer.
Leon Tyler, easily.
Leon and Pop, they'd kill it. They'd kill it in the boy band, I think.
Brandon Allen, Tinny, and Leon, those three. Those would be the 98 degrees of the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Probably say Jordan and Caleb.
Caleb and Jordan, they did like a little High School Musical sing-along, and it was pretty good. I have them too.
I saw Poco dance. Poco is a good dancer. So Poco can be the one to dance, and I be the singer.
Oh, great stuff from the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Right now, atop the table in the Eastern Conference with 23 points. Nashville second, New York Red Bulls 2 is third. Swope Park Rangers, remember, this is their first season in the Eastern Conference. Only 7 points and 1 win so far, to their credit. Scores so far tonight, Ottawa in the second half leads Hartford. Still scoreless, Indy 11 and Nashville SC. Same thing with Pittsburgh and Charlotte. Atlanta United 2 at the half, a 2-0 advantage over the Charleston Battery. Storylines across the league. Kayvon Frater leads USL Championship with 10 goals. He's a big reason why New Mexico is doing so well out west. USL Championship with 19 clubs to round 3 of the Lamar Hunt US Open Cup. And the Tampa Bay Rowdies still #1 in the power rankings. New Mexico up 2 spots to #2. St. Louis is #3. And speaking of that USL Championship, here is the best from Week 11 and also more from USL League One.
And now Phoenix coming out the other way. Junior Fleming's leading the charge. Numbers forward for Phoenix. John trying to go back for Flemings. Flack stays down, back across, solo!
We're underway right off the bat. Here's Justin Dillon moving up the middle. He's going to push that ball wide toward Gonzalez. Gonzalez, a first touch cross back inside for Dillon and a goal! Less than 10 seconds!
Poku slicing through. Quadro Poku scored! Tejada again!
Lomas kicks it to his right. Crosses it underneath Miller, and it's knocked away. Spangenberg deflects it, laying out and making the save.
It's a great save against. Acquired a backstage pass. Doyle recovers. Aduro 1-0.
Ready to go to work to the byline, crossing in. It's a goal! Again, Jerome Kiesewetter.
It's Frater! What a hit!
Here's the leg trick. Into the box, a strike, and a goal. Dangerous player, perhaps in USL League One. Pepe curls! Ricardo Pepe, brilliant! Looking to get that right foot off for an incredible one-handed save by Kevin Silva. Developing situation, Jones. Jones on the move, Jones with a shot! Rips it off the right post. Another opportunity, and the strike is true. JC Banks now, letting it rip from deep. What a save by Hara. Cablante, back of the net. 42nd minute.
Bowen the second go, falls through. Saved by Fitzgerald. Oh, what a stop.
What a season 2019 shaping up to be in USL Championship and USL League One. Visit Tampa Bay. Stats and also highlights and more with Heather when we come back.
Together, we attack.
You can feel the atmosphere, the electricity, the excitement of Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer.
Together, we are the Rowdies.
This is my kind of happy hour.
My kind of joyride.
My kind of nightlife.
Whether you're just finding your stride or making the golden years look good, Florida Blue goes beyond health insurance, investing in the health and communities of all Floridians, so you can feel good saying, that's my kind of blue.
This is my kind of blue.
This is my kind of blue.
You can feel the atmosphere, the electricity, the excitement of Tampa Bay Rowdies soccer.
Together, we are the Rowdies.
Well, that is shaped up to be a beautiful night of soccer here in downtown St. Pete. Fans still waiting for the first goal tonight. Rowdies and Rangers here at halftime. Great to have you along. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. There have been chances on the pitch so far for the Rowdies. They just have not been able to cash in.
Yeah, a little bit unlucky. They hit the post with a great shot by Leo Fernandez and great saving by the visiting keeper, Zendejas, the captain tonight. He's kept his team in the game.
All right, you heard Coach Collins. Sometimes you just got to wait a little bit longer for that first goal to come. Let's take a look at some of those shots and plays made by both sides. Rowdies with the shots on target, 2 of them possession in favor of Tampa Bay. It has not always been clean, though, Ryan.
No, the Swope Park Rangers did a good job in muddying the waters in the midfield. So even though the Rowdies have possession, it hasn't been clean. But the shots are raining in, and eventually, for the Rowdies' sake, one might go in.
2 offside for the Rowdies, as the Rowdies coming off such an emotional win last week against New York Red Bulls, too. There was a little bit maybe of a fear of possible letdown because the Rowdies have gotten so much positive pub all week long. How do you think they have responded to it, especially without Diakite and Aduro in there?
Well, the opening 20 minutes, there was a bit of a hangover after playing against at that time, the best team in the East. Now the 17th Swope Rangers on the table. There was a bit of a hangover. The levels sort of dropped. But after a stern talk by Coach Collins at halftime, expect for that level to come back up again.
All right, scoreless right now here in Tampa Bay. Rowdies and Swope Park Rangers. Let's check in now with Heather.
Well, Drew, you just mentioned it there. This game is kind of one of those classic trap games coming off an emotional victory like the one last week against New York Red Bulls, too. Even though you're playing the 17th team in the standings, head coach Neil Collins said you have to raise your level every single time. When you are unbeaten the way the Rowdies are, you have a target on your back. Teams come here into Al Lang and give you their best shot. They also love to play here at Al Lang because it is such a great environment. So teams always come in and give it their best. So the Rowdies here in the second half will need to raise their level and try and get on the board here against a talented Swope Park team, guys.
Yep. Swope Park never played here at Al Lang Stadium. They've looked pretty comfortable thus far as you look at the upcoming slate for the Rowdies. You got to take on Oklahoma City. That is Tuesday night in a Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup match. And that's in the Midwest at 8:30 at OKC. And then at Birmingham, followed by home matches, North Carolina, Charleston. That's a 7:30 match on June 15th. And then on 6:22 at Bethlehem. Rowdies have got a nice little thing going with Steel. That match will be a 7 p.m. start. Set to start half number 2. Swope Park has held their ground so far here through the first 45 and change. Can they do the same in the second half? Sean Karani has been rather quiet. He is the electrifying 18-year-old for the Rangers. Here at Al Lang Stadium in downtown St. Pete, Drew Felios with Ryan Davis, Heather Donnelly, and our phenomenal television crew bringing you Rowdies soccer week in and week out. Rowdies so far have not lost a match. That's one of the big storylines across the league through 11 matches. Tampa Bay also with a near complete rebuilding job, still atop the table in the Eastern Conference.
Well, they call the second half the coach's half. So interesting to see what Coach Paulo Nagamura and Coach Neil Collins have in store for us as they make their adjustments the second 45 minutes.
Leo Fernandez had the best opportunities in that first session for the Rowdies. Guenzati was a little quiet. Seba now going to work, top of your screen. Shuffles it to Leo. You also see in there Juan Tejada, who you like to call the fox in the box. I think that's a great nickname for 17 because he is so sneaky and so tough to mark.
Yeah, those turns are sharp. He has a lot of energy, a lot of quickness in short bursts.
Little opening now for Fernandez. Guenzati with Tenari. Doherty making the correct decisions so far for Tampa Bay. He has looked so calm, cool, and collected out there.
Big shoes to fill tonight, Jordan Doherty. With the little engine, Dominic Aduro out with suspension. And the Irishman will have to raise his game tonight. Speaking about Jordan Doherty, he is on loan from Sheffield United, and his club just got promoted to the English Premier League after finishing second in the English Championship. So I'm sure he's heard a lot from his friends back home.
What a future he is going to have. David Najim now. Swope Park has been rather organized defensively. Just watching them move side to side and not letting Poku just absolutely scorch them like he did last week against New York Red Bulls 2. Tejada whistled that time. First whistle the second half.
Tejada being aggressive, staying on just on the shoulder of that last defender across the line before the pass was played. As a result, offside, the first offside for the second half. Again, that free kick going into the wind. It was in the Rowdies' favor at that point.
Well, get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for the Rowdies, then click follow. Keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on the Rowdies' next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. ESPN.com and follow for your club as Leo Fernandez on the deck this time.
Well, the Brazilian played a quick pass into Tejada. And the right back, Mark Segbers, gave him everything he could handle and put the Brazilian on his back. As the referee comes across and has a word with the right back.
Andrew Tenari, free kick for the Rowdies. 50th minute, just underway here in the second half. Morad, who is playing in Diakite's spot. Over to Najim. David Najim very softly, leading for Guenzati. A little heavy on the touch.
And Najim out on that right-hand side, just trying to play it into Guenzati quickly. But his pass was all downhill. And went out of bounds, out of touch rather. What a first half by Adrian Zendejas, keeping his team in the game, playing the captain's role to perfection.
This is Moran.
So the more that the Rangers sit back, it's interesting to see which Rowdy shirt or how many Rowdies are going to push forward into attacking positions.
Mohamed Kone now will send it back to McCarthy. Crowd a little sedated too at the moment. See if the Rowdies can give them something to really cheer about here. Even Ralph's mob, you know, usually they are just nonstop throughout the match. I think this is maybe the quietest we've seen them, but just as I say that, I guarantee you they're about to erupt. I don't want to dare say that they're quiet for a moment. This ball put in motion as Zendejas will reel in because there's not a better cheering side than Ralph's mob. It just seems like they're like, come on guys, let's get one.
Put it this way, the lines at the bar are very long at halftime, so I think they're still trickling back in.
It was ruckus in that section last week. Now Najim playing it forward with Tenari. And Tenari does so many little things. Talk about engines for Tampa Bay, but Swope Park will win this one back and try a counter here. Here's Camden Riley getting in position. Riley's inside the box, and that one deflected back. Good job by Fernandez.
As soon as Tenari came on as a sub at the beginning of the season, he has started every game since. Just shows what sort of impact he's had when he's on the pitch.
Goal kick for Tampa Bay here in the 52nd minute. You know, whenever you think of, because I know we've touched on several times, Diakite and Adoro not being present here tonight, but that is really the guts of this team, right up the middle. When you think of the Rowdies, you take those two pieces away and you're seeing the effects. Rowdies have had chances, but still clearly adjusting to that.
But when teams sit back like they do in Al Lang Stadium, Aduro and Diakite, they usually have the ball at their feet for such long periods of time. And they get to dictate where the ball is going to go, when it's going to go, and who it's going to go to. So the decisions being made now more by Jordan Doherty, and no offense to Doherty, he's having a great game, and also Tariq Morad, who's had a great game so far. But it is big shoes to fill. And as a result of that, it was an untidy first half. And now the game seems to be picking up a better flow, a better rhythm as the minutes tick along.
Rowdies do have Zach Steinberger available tonight, as well as Brandon Allen, Malik Johnson, who is waiting to see his first action, Leon Taylor, and Antoine Popino as the options.
Great pressure by the Rowdies, trying to force the action once the Rangers have possession.
Najim, and free space now for Poku. Tejada in the box immediately. Saw that defense just collapse on him. They do not want him to get any closer to that 6-yard box.
Just want to see Tejada with a little more runs instead of just standing still on the 18-yard line. Give Poku a running target rather than a target that's standing still. It's a lot more dangerous and harder to defend. But the build-up play is fantastic so far for the Rowdies. Everyone seems to be on the same page in the last third of the field.
We talk about Aduro and Diakite. Also have to remember, the Rowdies are without Jan Ekra, who is such a force. Also Sean Barry, another who is still trying to get healthy. When all the pieces are back, this is going to be a lethal side moving forward this season.
Just so much credit to this entire squad and roster. Every man has stepped up.
Nice touch this time. Quinzati now with Tenari. Poku shifts right. Najim. Najim will let one go, and this will be a corner kick for the Rowdies, first of the second half. So, Diakite usually the big target here, Ryan. Without him, where do you place this ball right now if you're Leo Fernandez, the in-swinger?
You still look for your big center-backs in Mohamed Kone. And then we have Tariq Morad coming forward as well. And of course, the dangerous Kwadwo Poku just hovering on that 18-yard box.
Tenari back to Fernandez. Fernandez with the lane. Top of the box now. Poku will take a quick swing.
Oh, great turn by Poku.
Poku winning it back. Leo Fernandez running. Fernandez shooting just over the crossbar.
Well, clever corner yet again by the Rowdies. Clipping it into Fernandez. Fernandez deciding going to the 18-yard box to Poku, whose shot was smothered. And then Fernandez getting it back from Poku and just trying to chip it into that last post. And a little too high, but excellent inventiveness by the Brazilian. Again, Leo Fernandez leading this Rowdies team in assists. It's just been a handful for the rest of the USL Championship this season.
Swope Park now, countering with Alexander Andrade. McCarthy will pick it up off the ground here in the 56th minute.
Oh, what a kick by John McCarthy. That low punt catching the Swope Park Rangers by surprise, but it was just a little too long It showed what McCarthy can do in his distribution.
Adrian Zendejas has been on his game tonight for Swope Park. John McCarthy, meanwhile, trying to get his 8th clean sheet, best in USL Championship. His goalkeeping has just been phenomenal for Tampa Bay.
So far, no Diakite, no problem. The score is still 0 on the Rowdies end.
Defense doing its job. Tejada trying to get to it now. As that ball will be sent out by Abelnati. See the respect that Tejada has for the Rowdies. Kone now will distribute.
Well, John McCarthy is being chased by Jake Fenderson from St. Louis with 6 clean sheets. So I'm sure he would like to keep this number at 0.
Sent forward now. Here's Tejada. Tejada, ball at his feet. Trying to keep it a little bit too long that time. It'll be sent out. Rowdies will throw it in just in front of their bench.
Lovely exchange by Tenari to Tejada, but he had Leo Fernandez wide open on that left-hand side. Just missed it. But Tejada picking up confidence, wanting to shoulder responsibility out there.
Oh, Rowdies with a move. Gwenzati to Tenari. Tenari trying to get a foot on it. Fernandez coming in rather nudgem it was inside the box, wanting contact.
What a move by Seba Gwenzati. Just through his legs, the nutmeg, playing it short to Tenari. Good tackle by Akhmatov. And in the end, it was David Najim trying to get his shot off. Rowdies are asking questions in the last third of the field.
Well, the Rowdies' first substitute will happen here momentarily as Antoine Hopino is off the bench. And it looks like he will replace eventually David Najim. So Hopino, a player that I know, love watching him play. He's had 3 starts for Tampa Bay, former Princeton Tiger, originally from Paris, France. He is a key cog in the Rowdies' wheel.
The Parisian has a great touch on the ball, which means Juan Tejada is probably going to push out to this right-hand side. Hopino is going to pick up his familiar spot at center forward.
Alexander Andrade. Rowdies dominating possession here thus far.
Look at that press. Tenari, Tejada, Gwenzati.
Here takeaway, Tenari on top of it, does do just that. Now Poku with Tenari. Andrew Tenari to Tejada. Tejada's cross. Skated across the box. Rowdies will still keep possession, doing a good job here in the second half, staying on top of it. Now you start to see that cohesion, Ryan, that we saw last week.
The touches are getting crisp.
And here comes Antoine Hopino. Served a 1-game suspension back in that Atlanta game weeks back. David Najim, meanwhile, who does the dirty work for the Rowdy side, will go to the bench and he'll get a nice pat on the back from Coach Collins as Hopino is on the pitch.
Najim is such a soldier on that right-hand side, picks up his defensive responsibilities. But Coach Collins going for a more attacking mindset on that right-hand side.
Possession still around 65% for Tampa Bay.
Now, as the ball comes into the last third and the Rangers corral the Rowdies, look for Tejada and Fernandez to get closer to the action. And when the ball is slipped to them, it's going to be a quick pass across the middle as the goalkeeper and captain Zendejas has been warned by the referee. This is your last chance to get on with it and stop the time wasting.
Adrian Zendejas puts this one in motion for the Rangers. Let's check in quickly with Heather.
Drew, Neil Collins down here expressing a lot of displeasure with the pace of this game, the time wasting by Swope Park. You've got to think that a team like the Rangers would be satisfied to come out of here with 1 point on the road, whereas with the Rowdies, anything but 3 points would basically be a disappointment. So Neil Collins really hoping that these stoppages are shorter and the pace picks up in this match, guys.
That's good stuff. Swope Park, again, their first trip ever here to downtown St. Pete. And quickly, you know, when the Rowdies get one, how those floodgates could open. We've seen that several times this season. Swope Park wants to make sure they are slammed shut. Here comes Leo Fernandez, though, for the Rowdies. Fernandez, the blast. Zendejas will make the grab.
Well, Fernandez trying to impose his will on this game, turning on his man, and trying to play the ball across the goal. Excellent read by Zendejas.
As good a soccer as the Rowdies have played all season long. Zadi will keep it. And now here comes Tenari. Andrew Tenari sends this one sailing high over the goal. I know some critics will say about the Rowdy side, the one thing they lack, Ryan, is a dominant goal scorer. Now, Gwenzati has 5 goals so far this season. And Tenari certainly, with his 2 goals, can put it into the back of the net. But is somebody going to have to step up and become that 8, 9, 10 goal scorer that so many of the great teams in this USL Championship seem to possess?
Scoring goals is the hardest thing to do in soccer, and all the possession you have has to be turned into goals, and you need someone in the box around the goal to score consistently, and the Rowdies are still looking for that, are still trying to search for that on a night-to-night basis. And so far tonight, after 63 minutes, are still looking for it.
Well, Killian Cullamy checks in for Swope Park. Sean Karani is out. His evening is through. So Karani, big scoring threats for the Rangers. Going to the bench. Mark Segbers there for Swope Park.
Interesting selection here with the game still in the balance at 0-0. Killian Colombe, who has 2 assists already this season, comes in to try and turn the flow, turn the tide in the favor of the visitors.
Gwenzati giving chase. Zendejas. Careful with it. Tejada coming up. Andrade has played well tonight for the visitors.
Beautiful stuff by the Brazilian.
Colombi now, fresh legs off the bench. Poku, nicely done.
Great defending by Poku. Standing his man up.
Nice ball by Tenari, and it's ahead to Hopino. Hopino tries to get it past. And tried to service it in as Gwenzati was caving in. And that 6-yard box.
Never underestimate fresh legs. Antoine Hopino just looked up and pushed past his man, as he as fresh as can be. But his delivery across the box went wide.
Fernandez, nice touch forward. Gwenzati, El Capitan chasing it down and avoids that end line as well. Fernandez wins it. Battle inside the box. Tenari on the ground.
Oh, what a piece of work by number 43, Segbers.
Here comes Hopino. Hopino battling forward as well. Rowdy's really winning those one-on-one chances. Poku shifting right. Poku firing. Oh, blocked. Possibly a handball too that time. Definitely would like to see that one over again.
Oh, great pass.
Tejada trying to make it happen. Fires one over the crossbar. Oh, wild action here at Al Lang. Was this a handball? Let's see.
There's Poku making some room for himself. A rocket of a shot. I know the hands were behind the back. No penalty there. But Poku gets the ball back to Tejada. Tejada, point blank, looks up and raises his head too soon. And there was Hopino at the last post begging. You always go across the goal with your shot at that angle. If the keeper gets a hand to it, it'll parry straight to the center forward. Always at the last post. Tejada going first post at that time. Another chance, Garner begging.
Now perhaps new life for Swope Park. They've taken some of the Rowdies' best shots thus far. Colombi, left-footed shot. This one skating across the box. And Fernandez has it for Tampa Bay.
As the Rowdies push forward, the gaps are going to open up back there, and the Swope Park Rangers are buying their time. As we see Colombi in a great position there.
7-shot advantage for the Rowdies, 11-4. Here so far in the 68th minute. Clearly the strategy for Swope Park. Defense, defense, defense.
Just trying to crowd the middle with the Rowdies.
There's been a lot of holding, a lot of grabbing as well that we have seen tonight. I'm sure the Rowdies certainly not happy with that. And there you see the substitution. Don Achille comes in for Swope Park. The defender out of the Cameroon, 2 goals for the Rangers.
For Jerome Mbakele, the scouting report is quick, skillful, electric. And the Rowdies have another attacking force to look at now on the counter. He leads this team in shots. So the more the Rowdies commit, they have dangerous players up front for the Rangers looking to counter.
Segbers will throw it in for Swope Park. Still scoreless here as we approach 70 minutes. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, Heather Donnelly. Tampa Bay Rowdies Soccer on ESPN+. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a defensive struggle so far for both sides. Alexander Akhmatov handling. This is Andrade. And now Swope Park content to possess here. Abelnati.
Zendeja showing very confident footwork there. And the Swope Park team confident in bringing the ball out of the back against the press.
Hernandez and making that engine go. Segbers now for Swope Park. Nice run. Best of the game for the Rangers. Shooting it just right. McCarthy was shifting to his left.
What a sequence by the Rangers. I counted 10, 12 passes maybe. And the shot by Akhmatov took forever and just trickled past that post. What this team is capable of. The second goal in the last match against Memphis was 23 passes, Drew. They have that ability to tick this ball through the midfield.
Well, the Rowdies could certainly use some Zach Steinberger magic. The former Jacksonville Armada midfielder checks in now for Tampa Bay in the 70th minute. He was outstanding in that Open Cup match against the Villages. Does a little bit of everything, very calculating player as Kwadwo Poku's night is through.
Zach Steinberger, again, a great season so far for this Rowdies team. But it seems everyone in the middle for the Rowdies is having a great season. So everyone can play at the same time.
Hopino, again, more grabbing, more pushing. Tenori trying to get it in range. Top of the box for Tampa Bay. Fernandez gives it a blast and knocked away. It'll be a corner for the Rowdies.
Well, it's just painstakingly hovering around that 18-yard box. No one can get their shot off. And then in the end, Leo Fernandez with that low cross. But well defended by the visitors. And it's a corner kick again. As the Brazilian goes across for the outswinger.
Leo Fernandez to put it in motion. Ball is driven, curls back, and now coming on is Tenari. Sent out again. It'll be another Rowdies corner.
I think if Andrew Tenari got a hold of that, he would have taken Zendejas with him to the goal.
Tenari on the ground. Blasted right back out. Swope Park staying compact here thus far. Richards circling around that midfield line. Steinberger. Collisions abound here tonight. Flicked back. Tejada's there waiting for it. Juan Tejada plays it in the box. Beautiful ball. But again, the Rangers saw it coming.
What a great ball by Juan Tejada. The ball goes right across the field, and like a wide midfielder comes in late like he should and plays this ball right across the 6-yard box. Excellent defending at the end by Abul Al-Nadi.
Fernandez headed out. Rangers get to it first once again. Steinberger will chase it down, and he'll throw it in for Tampa Bay. Wild action here over the past few minutes as the Rowdies try and get on the scoreboard. Well, fans of the USL unveiling its elite youth platform, USL Academy, allowing clubs at all levels across the USL to develop local youth to compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, go to uslsoccer.com/academy. Great work the USL is doing with youth soccer, and so many opportunities for youngsters to shine at the amateur and professional level, now with League 2, League 1, and of course USL Championship. Andrew Tenari. Tenari, little flick over, winds up at the feet of Tejada. Steinberger. Quick opportunity there. Ball skates by him. The Rowdies will throw it in once again. You got to give Swope Park credit. The way they have defended here tonight as they double Tejada. Gets it back to Tenari. He'll shoot one high and far. Oh, Zendejas climbing the ladder to bring it down.
Well, like you said, this team has defended well. A cross by Tenari had a lot of air, and Zendejas, who has been the best player on the Swope Park team thus far, plucks it out of the air. We've seen teams before, though, lower down on the table, come into Al Lang Stadium and force the Rowdies to make something special happen. We saw Loudoun United come in here and get a draw, and Swope Park are trying their best to replicate that.
Tenari. Ball nearly got through. Gonzatti couldn't control it and was sent back out. Swope Park, I think Heather touched on it too. There are long sequences where it just seems like they are playing for that 1 point.
Yes, and the more they compress, you see more that Tejada and Leo Fernandez have to make that run nice and tight to then play the ball across the goal.
It looks like Hopino tying his shoe as Tejada now attacks for Tampa Bay. Looked like he got caught up again that time. As you saw, Killian Columbi. His knees knocked as Tejada tried to get by him.
But that's something Neil Collins will want from Tejada, though, to take players on that wing. As a coach, you're not going to be upset about that.
Rowdies trying to figure a way to break this Swope Park defense, and another giveaway there, and going down hard is a Rowdy player. We'll have to check on that. McCarthy will come up and send this one down, but
well, not long. It was approximately this time last week we saw Dominic Oduro fly into a challenge, and Jordan Doherty has every right to ask the referee the question. A two-footed challenge here. That is an instant red card in whatever league you play in. And it must be said, Swope Park Rangers have got away with one.
Great composure by Doherty. Just let it go, play on. Here in the 77th, clearly in with spikes high though in the 2 feet. Kone now for the Rowdies. We'll let him operate. Tejada from the right. Steinberger with it now. Steinberger circling back. Corner of the box. Now it's Tenari.
Yeah, just sitting tight and compressing and making the Rowdies do something magical.
Wilson Harris with Kone in retreat. Harris tried to send one on. Richards heading it out. And Steinberger will do the same.
You know, as awkward as it may sound, you almost want to have the other team, like Swope Park Rangers, have the ball if you're a Rowdies fan. And you want them to make a mistake, that then you have a chance to score. They're defending so disciplined, the Rangers, and frustrating this Rowdies team.
Another substitution set to happen for Swope Park as Ethan Vanacore-Decker, the forward, with a goal to his credit this season, set to check in, and our first yellow card dished out. I believe that's Wilson Harris for the Rangers.
Wilson Harris obstructing the free kick there.
And that is a Ford's Garage yellow card to Harris here in the 78th minute. Ford's Garage, a proud sponsor of the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and now slowly players starting to go down.
Welcome to summertime in St. Pete. It is not fun playing in the heat, but there is a nice breeze, a nice draft coming off the bay.
Training staff out for Swope Park. See in the background the kids though playing on the berm, and the nice breeze. You're right, Ryan. This is certainly another great way to spend your Memorial Day weekend. Glad you could join us though here on ESPN Plus. And see, 14 will come in here. That's going to be for Tampa Bay. That's going to be the first appearance for Malik Johnson this season, as he'll replace Guenzati. So a bit of a surprise here for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Going to the bench. Johnson we have not seen thus far this year. Welcome to the pitch, Malik Johnson.
It's been a long road back from that shoulder injury, but Malik Johnson is back. And the Canadian U20 player has now graced us with his presence on Al Lang Stadium.
See if he can make a difference here. Johnson, first touch. Well played.
Well, he's in there for one thing, for speed on that right-hand side. Oh, what a play by Fernandez.
Leo Fernandez inside the box, more contact, and finally a whistle.
Well, fortune favors the brave. Leo Fernandez on that left-hand side, just dribbles between two men, the 1-2, goes past Felipe Hernandez, and there's Segbers before sticking his foot and taking out the Brazilian. It's a penalty on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, and even a Saturday, Drew. And the Brazilian, once they had nothing of it, shrugs off his captain, Seba Guenzati.
So penalty kick now for the Rowdies. Leo Fernandez setting it down as the crowd comes alive here at Al Lang Stadium. This to possibly get the Rowdies on the board and break the tie. And we got some words right now. Both of these sides going at it. And we'll have to step in as you see Antoine Hopino along with Alexander Andrade. Both are going to receive yellows here. So a little bit of a distraction, I think, by the visitors to sort of divert the attention from Fernandez. Let's see if Leo can stick it in the back of the net and be unflappable here.
I think the word in American football is icing the kicker.
Leo Fernandez gets the Rowdies on the scoreboard in the 82nd minute.
Like drinking a cup of tea. Al Stadium on its feet, waiting for the Brazilian. Will he deliver? Zendejas has had a fantastic game, but the Samba man can. He steps up, and just a brilliant penalty down in the corner. And he gives this Rowdies team a well-deserved 1-0 lead. 82 minutes gone. Extra time, just a little bit to be played. Let's say 10 minutes to go. And Swope Park Rangers have to force the action now.
Ethan van der Kordecker checks in meanwhile for Wilson Harris of Swope Park. Rowdies have the lead, and more contact. See Hopino go down this time, and the yellow cards are being distributed in abundance here late in this match. So that is another Ford's Garage yellow card here in the 83rd minute for the Rangers.
Well, they were physical all game long, the Rowdies and the Rangers. The referee was keeping his card in the pocket, but now he's making a statement. Anyone out of line goes in the book.
It was Amatov that time, the Russian with the yellow, number 95 for Swope Park.
And Leo Fernandez, fresh off a penalty kick, is going to swerve this one in.
Certainly a long time coming. First goal of the night for the Rowdies. When you are atop the table and you're getting every side's best shot across the league, you're going to have nights like this. You got to figure out a way to eke out those victories. Rowdies just took a very big step to doing that.
Players like Leo Fernandez don't have a value to them because they do things like that. There's no money that can quantify that. You know, you can buy quantity and a bunch of players, but you need special players to step up and break other teams down, break other defenses down. He took the responsibility on his shoulders, beat his men, took the ball into the box. They collapsed on him, fouled him, steps up, delivers the kick, and put this Rowdies team in position for a win.
Tejada says it went off a Ranger, and the spark plug for the home side is going to get a corner. Outstanding job by Juan Tejada, who has been a little bit quiet here tonight and finding a way to contribute here late.
Juan Tejada is going to run down every loose ball until that referee blows that final whistle. And guess who's going over to kick this corner? It looks like now he's leaving it for Tanari.
Andrew Tanari, he has run all over the place here tonight. He has not stopped firing it just left.
The Rangers can't seem to get a hold of that short corner, but the final delivery by the Rowdies has been short. Five minutes of regular time remaining.
Well, nicely done. He's keeping possession. Malik Johnson now with Tanari. Tanari softly to Fernandez. The flag will go up for the offside. So mentioned the flurry of yellow cards. Alexander Andrade and also Amatov of Swope Park rung up within about 2 minutes. Antoine Hopino also receiving a yellow for Tampa Bay. Hopino, he is making some wild runs, and I'll tell you what, some of these reserves like Hopino not been graceful off the bench, but he is in the middle of everything right now and certainly is just making things happen. He is rattling the cage.
Yeah, fresh legs, Antoine Hopeno, and such a crafty veteran. Knows exactly what the game needs, and he's filling that need for Coach Collins. Just a lovely mix with this Rowdies team, this squad, youth, experience, players with things to prove like Poku.
That contact in the box, the foul that was called on Fernandez, which led to the PK. Although it was not the most malicious that we have seen tonight, do you believe that there's so many plays before that we saw in the first half, and then the tackle on Doherty influenced the referee's decision, Thomas Snyder?
You know, it's been chippy all game long, but Mark Segbergs completely fouled Leo Fernandez. Every day of the week, if you look at that replay, it's going to be the same call over and over and over again. So, justifiable penalty.
Leo Fernandez not done just yet. Oh, beautiful ball. Steinberger now inside the box. Zach Steinberger on the line. Sent back out. Hopeno keeps it alive. Rowdies with Johnson. Malik Johnson couldn't do anything with it. Ball was at his feet for a moment and nearly goal number 2.
Well, where do we start? Steinberger so wide open, takes his man off, goes through Sendejas, cleared off the line by the Brazilian left back Alexander. Just went through the wickets of Sendejas. And Malik Johnson, if he got a goal here tonight, what a story that would be. As he comes across for the short corner, Tanari serves it in.
All served up nicely. End over end though, Tanari, rather Hopeno, no, that is Tanari down there, can't. Rather Hopeno can't chase it down. '89th minute, so at some point, do you sit back, Ryan, and say, okay, let's defend the rest of the way, let's get out of here with 3 points, or do you continue to be offensive?
I think you continue to be positive, but you have to be smart. And I know that sounds vague, but the players out there have to know the time of the game, and you have to manage the game. So yes, you play positive, but at the same time, you don't get careless.
Well, tune into ESPN News Wednesday, June 5th, 8 p.m. for Wednesday Night Soccer when OKC Energy travels to Albuquerque to face the current Western Conference leaders, New Mexico United. The week's best match on Wednesday Night Soccer, June 5th, 8 o'clock on ESPN News. Amatov now for Swope Park. Rowdies tried to nurse this 1-0 lead, provided by a PK goal from Leo Fernandez. We're in the 90th minute, likely going to be about 3 to 4 minutes extra time coming up here, so still lots of work to do.
Speaking of minutes, Drew, now the Pape Diakite and Dominic Aduro did not play this game today. The leading player for minutes on this team is now Caleb Richards, as there's a huge groan in Atlantic City and Las Vegas as minutes played per game. They cannot believe their eyes, as Caleb Richards is now the leading player with minutes on this team.
Youngster on loan from Norwich City, only 20 years old. He's really been a silent killer for Tampa Bay as we are out of regulation time. 5 minutes of stoppage time here. 5 minutes stand between the Rowdies and another 3 points.
So hard for a team that has played one style all game long to turn that switch. Paulo Nagamura had his team disciplined. They played the role perfectly. And in the end, Leo Fernandez had other ideas. Now, as a team that sat back for so long, in any sport, it is hard to flip that switch with the minutes ticking down. And this young Swope Park Rangers team have to do so.
Swope Park came in with a plan. They executed it for most of the night. Extremely physical play, though, and certainly got away with so much grabbing and holding and even tripping throughout the night. Eventually caught up to them. Rowdies taking advantage and now trying to hang on here. Still, though, These visitors have certainly played hard. I mean, it has not always been pretty, their style, but cannot take away from the effort that they have put in.
Yeah, Swope Park Rangers with a great showing tonight. And it shows the talent of this USL Championship League.
Offside is the call.
Number 17, Swope Park Rangers, has come into our land and gave up a goal in the 82nd minute, a penalty. Just shows the talent of this young USL Championship League. All the Rowdies fans still firmly seated as they want to continue this, want to see this run continue, this unbeaten streak.
Andrade at Swope Park now. They've had about 2 solid runs here in this second half. That is not a good way to start one here with precious ticks remaining. How about Mohamed Kone, his job tonight?
Mohamed Kone has had a good game, a rocky start, but boy did he survive the storm in the first 15 minutes and calm things down and had a great game.
Certainly took him a little while to adjust. Was able to do that though as Camden Riley goes down. Riley, the youngster who had his first professional goal Wednesday against Memphis. Riley growing up quick.
Camden Riley, you know, huge hopes for this youngster in this club. He's played centre back for this team, captained the team last week.
Ball driven. Far right, chasing over now is Rod. The ball will belong to the Rowdies.
Well, with a throw-in deep in your half, 21 players sitting in the Rowdies half right now, with the exception of the captain Adrian Zendejas. The pressure is on for the last 2 minutes here for the Rowdies to hold out.
Rowdies closing in on their 7th victory of the USL Championship season. Would be 26 points, adding to that total. Good job defensively. Backline again over there. It's Richards who has played well tonight, and John McCarthy now will have a goal kick.
John McCarthy is going to stroll over there like it's a Sunday afternoon, sipping a cup of tea to kick this goal kick.
And he has been calm, cool, and collected, hasn't he? He just never looks like he is rattled. Possibly the final chance coming up here for Swope Park, if they can even get possession. And the official.
Tough call for the referee, not sure which way to go.
Thomas Snyder does award it to the visitors. Swope Park will have it taken away again. That's Jordan Doherty getting dirty. Rowdies gotta make sure they don't get burned behind here. Kone shifting back, and he'll send one out into that, or right next to that VIP section here, and this will be the final chance for Swope Park. Cleared by Morad this time.
Safety first right now for the Rowdies.
Richards comes over to it. Steinberger also over to help out. The Tampa Bay Rowdies compact defensively, and it just took one moment of brilliance from Leo Fernandez and a 1-0 victory. The Rowdies over the Rangers.
Well, Swope Park Rangers did their best to hold out this Rowdies team, but too much talent, too much skill. Leo Fernandez, the dancing Brazilian, gets into the box, earns himself a penalty, steps up and converts it.
Let's send it down to the pitch. Heather is with Leo.
Leo, 13 games unbeaten now. You get the 3 points in this one. What do you think of the team's performance tonight?
I thought it was a good performance. We battled for 90 minutes. They were tough. They were hard to break down. We knew it was going to take some bit of luck, a bit of special play, so we're happy to get 3 points.
Yeah, you scored the lone goal tonight on that PK. What went through your mind as you stepped up to the ball there?
Put it in the back of the net. No second thoughts. Just wanted to score it and put my team ahead.
Now you have a tough week of travel ahead. You've got that game at OKC in the Open Cup and then a trip to Birmingham. What's the mindset heading into what's going to be a tough travel week?
Yeah, try to recover right now, first of all, and then try to take it one game at a time. Every team we play is a good test for us, and we hope to keep our good performance going.
All right, thanks, Leo.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Leo Fernandez, this the kick that won the match. 1-0, the final. Rowdies still unbeaten. Their 7th win of the season. We'll back to wrap it up in just a moment.
This is St. Pete Clearwater, home to 35 miles of white sand bliss. But it's more than emerald surf and Gulf breezes. The beach is an attitude. It's the vibe of life, nature, art, music, or whatever brings you joy. Experience the American tropics right here in St. Pete Clearwater. Love the beach.
Jennifer Davis was the last person you'd expect to have a heart attack. But despite appearances, she had a spontaneous coronary artery dissection of the left anterior descending artery. But after being rushed to Baycare's St. Anthony's Hospital cath lab, doctors inserted 2 stents, which opened her artery. And thank heaven, this extremely rare attack was treated at an extremely rare hospital.
UFC heavyweight Stipe Miocic fights for more than just a gold belt. A proud son of immigrants, Stipe fought for his dream while working 2 jobs and fighting fires for his community. Stipe still fights fires and still proudly fights for his heritage. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from, it matters what you're made of. Modelo, the official beer of UFC.
After 3 more points for the Rowdies now, a return to Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup play against OKC Energy. That is Tuesday night on the road at 8:30. Then the regular season continues at Birmingham, back here for 2 at Al Lang, North Carolina, Charleston, and then hitting the road again against the Bethlehem Steel on June 22nd. 1-0 your final score tonight. The Rowdies over the Swope Park Rangers, 26 points now, and first place for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Hope you enjoyed it. For Ryan Davis, Heather Donnelly, and our phenomenal crew here at Al Lang Stadium, I'm Drew Felios. We'll see you next time on Rowdies Soccer on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.